In a noisy town called Ikana lived a 17-year-old girl named Munachi. She had no parents. They died in a fire when she was just 10 years old. Since then, her life became very hard. She had no brother, no sister, no family at all. Only her father's younger sister, Mama Ebere, took her in. But Mama Ebere was not a good woman. She treated Munachi like a house girl. No, even worse than a house girl. Every morning, before the sun came out, Munachi would wake up, sweep the compound, wash clothes, cook food, and then go out to sell ground nuts under the hot sun. Mama Ebere never sent her to school. She would say, "Why should I waste money on an orphan? Let her work and bring money." So every day, Munachi carried a big tray full of fried ground nuts and walked under the sun, shouting, "Ground nut, buy your fresh ground nutto." She walked from street to street. Sometimes she knocked on people's doors. Sometimes she entered buses. She even begged some people to buy just one small wrap. But the saddest part? Munachi never kept a single 1 naira. All the money went straight to Mama Ebere. And if the money wasn't complete, Mama Ebere would beat her very badly. Sometimes she locked Munachi outside at night. Other times, she poured hot water near her legs. People in the compound heard her crying but said, "It's not our business." But even with all the pain, Munachi stayed kind. She still smiled. She helped old women cross the road. She gave free ground nuts to few people who were hungry but couldn't afford, though she knew that was trouble and she's going to pay for it. And when things were too hard, she whispered what her late mother used to tell her. Kindness is the only wealth that no one can steal from you. The day everything changed. It was a Wednesday afternoon. The sky was gray and rain had started falling. Munachi had only sold 2 wraps since morning. Her stomach was empty, she hadn't eaten since yesterday evening. But she kept walking, hoping someone would buy. As she got to a busy roundabout, she saw something that made her stop. An old man was sitting by the road. His clothes were dirty. He looked cold and hungry. His hands were shaking. Many people walked past him. Nobody gave him anything. He begged one man, "Please, sir, I haven't eaten in 2 days." The man shouted back, "Go and work, useless man." Another woman walked by. He said, "Madam, please." She hissed, "Go away, dirty thing." Munachi stood and watched. Her heart was full of pity. She went close and asked gently, "Papa, are you okay?" The old man looked up slowly. "No, my daughter. I'm hungry. I'm cold. I don't want to die like this." Munachi looked at her tray. She still had some wraps left, and in her waist pouch, she had 500 naira she made that day. That money was for Mama Ebere. If she went home without it, she knew what would happen. But when she looked at the old man again, her heart wouldn't let her walk away. She sat in the mud beside him. She gave him 2 wraps of ground nut. Then she brought out the 500 naira and gave it to him. She said softly, "Please take this. It's all I have, but please eat and don't give up." The old man's eyes filled with tears. His lips shook. You don't even know me." Munachi smiled. "You're hungry, that's enough." That night, Munachi walked home in the rain. Her feet were covered in mud. Her clothes were wet. She stood at the door quietly, hoping Mama Ebere was asleep. But the door flung open. "Where is my money?" Mama Ebere shouted. Munachi said, I gave it to an old man. He was hungry. He could have died." "You gave my money to a beggar? Are you mad?" "Twa. Was it your useless parents' money? Foolish girl." Then, she picked a long cane and beat Munachi from head to toe. Munachi cried, screamed, begged, but Mama Ebere didn't stop. "You will sleep outside tonight." She pushed her out and slammed the door. That night, Munachi slept beside a dirty dustbin. She hugged herself in the cold. Her whole body was in pain, but inside, she felt something stronger than pain. She felt peace. She didn't know. Someone was watching. By morning, Munachi was still sitting outside by morning. Her face looked weak. Her lips were dry. Then vroom! A shiny black car drove into the compound. It was long and beautiful, very expensive. Neighbors stopped what they were doing. Some dropped their water buckets. Others whispered, "Is that a minister?" The car door opened slowly. A young man came out. He wore a clean suit. His shoes shone. His smile was calm but powerful. "Good morning," he said. "Please, who is Munachi?" Everyone gasped. Mama Ebere rushed out. "She's my niece. What has she done? I knew she would bring shame to me one day." The man smiled gently. "No, Ma. She hasn't done anything wrong. I work for Chief Obenath, old man. Your niece helped yesterday." Mama Eber hissed. "That useless beggar?" The man smiled again. "Yes, Ma. That beggar is actually Chief Obinna, the owner of Obinna Properties Limited, one of the richest men in Nigeria. He only dressed like a beggar to test people's hearts." Everyone became silent. The man continued. "Your niece was the only one who helped him. She gave him her last money and treated him with kindness." He turned and saw Munachi. Her eyes were wide open. Her body shook. He touched her shoulder gently. "Chief Obinna says you are special. You are truly lucky. Your life is about to change. Chief has asked you to come to his estate. He has something very important for you." "Me?" Munachi asked in shock. "To his estate? Why?" The man smiled. "You will understand soon." Mama Eber quickly said, "I'm her aunt. I must follow her. I'm the only one taking care of her." Her voice suddenly became sweet like honey. The man laughed. "Of course, Ma. Chief will be happy to meet the woman who raised Munachi."
Please encourage us by subscribing, liking, and commenting, because Afro Gen Z is here to give you thrilling, heartwarming, and mind-blowing stories.
An hour later, they left to Chief Obinna's estate. They drove for more than 1 hour. Munachi looked out the window, very quiet. Her hands shook, her heart beat fast. Mama Ebere, however, sat comfortably, enjoying the cold air from the AC, acting like she was born into wealth or it's her birthright. Then the car stopped. Munachi's mouth opened wide. In front of them was a big white mansion with golden gates, lion statues, beautiful water fountains, and tall palm trees standing like soldiers. Where are we?" Munachi asked softly. "You're just a village girl," Mama Ebere muttered. "I don't blame you." The man smiled. "Welcome to Chief Obinna's house." As they came out of the car, Munachi's legs became weak. Her eyes filled with tears. The house was shining. The air smelled sweet. "Am I dreaming?" she asked quietly. Then the big doors opened. Chief Obinna walked out. He wore all white and used a golden walking stick. His smile was warm. "My daughter," he called. Munachi dropped to her knees. "You? You were the beggar?" He laughed. "Yes, I was, but today I am your father. And as my daughter, everything I have belongs to you now." "Ah, you can't be serious." "You can't be serious," Munachi responded. "I'm serious," he said. "You gave your last money to help a stranger, a beggar. Now, I will give you everything I own." Mama Ebere quickly stepped forward, smiling like someone who just saw free food. "Ah, Chief, she is my daughter, oh, my own child. She's generous, just like her mother and me." But Munachi turned and spoke boldly. "She's not my mother, oh, she's my aunt, and she's very wicked. She always beats me and starves me if I don't sell all the groundnuts." Everyone went quiet. Even a lizard stopped moving. Chief blinked twice. "This woman is not your real mother." "No, sir," Munachi said, her voice shaking. "She hates me for no reason." Chief turned to Mama Ebere. "What's your relationship with her?" Mama Ebere sighed. "I'm her father's sister. I've been raising her since she was 10. Chief nodded slowly. I will let you stay because you're her family, but you won't stay in the same room with her. If she doesn't trust you, then I don't trust you either. He turned to his housekeeper. Please, take Mama Ebere to her room. Then he looked at Munachi again. You remind me of my daughter. I lost her in an accident 7 years ago. 2 years after that, I lost my wife. I wanted to die too, but instead I dressed like a beggar to test people. That's how I met you. You showed me love. Now, you are my daughter. I finally have someone to live for again. Then he asked the head of the housekeeper to show Munachi to her special room he prepared for her. That night, Mama Ebere couldn't sleep. How could this little girl disgrace me like this? In front of a rich man? She was very angry. She wants to block my chance of enjoying wealth? Never. She waited until midnight. Then she picked up a mortar pestle and tiptoed to Munachi's room. She whispered, "You will not enjoy this blessing, you stubborn child." She raised the pestle to hit Munachi's head, but Chief's guards, who were secretly watching, caught her from behind. "Yee! It's not what you think-o!" she shouted, fighting like a trapped rat. One guard said, "You were holding a pestle over someone's head at 1 a.m. What were you doing? Trying to pound yam in her dream?" Munachi woke up and saw her aunt being dragged away. Tears rolled down her face. "I knew you would never stop being wicked," she said. The guards carried Mama Ebere like a sack of rice and took her straight to the police station. She was arrested for trying to kill Munachi. The next morning, when Chief heard what happened, he said clearly, "Send her straight to prison." Chief Obina was a powerful man. His orders were obeyed immediately. Later that day, Chief Obina came to where Munachi was sitting. He sat close to her and gently asked, "If your aunt treats you so badly, why did you keep staying with her?" Munachi looked down, tears filling her eyes. "I had nowhere else to go," she said softly. "I'm an orphan. I lost my parents in a fire 7 years ago when I was just 10. Mama Ebere is my father's younger sister. She was the only family I had. I had no choice but to stay with her." Chief Obina looked at her with pity and said, "Can you tell me about your parents? I would really like to know about them." Munachi wiped her tears and began to talk. She told him how her father used to carry her on his shoulders and call her his little queen. How her mother used to sing to her at night before they slept. She spoke about the fire that took their lives, how she ran out barefoot, screaming their names, but never saw them again. She shared how her life changed overnight, from love and laughter to hard work and hunger. As Munachi spoke, Chief Obina's eyes filled with tears. He covered his face and cried like a baby. Her story touched him deeply. It reminded him of his own childhood, how he also lost his parents and struggled to survive until a kind stranger helped him when he had nothing. After a long silence, Chief Obina held her hand gently and said, "Consider yourself home, Munachi. You are the daughter I once lost, and I will never lose you again." Munachi broke down in tears. "Thank you, sir. Thank you for coming through for me when I had no one. May God bless you," she said, her voice shaking. Chief Obina nodded. "From today, you'll never suffer again. You have a father now, and you are deeply loved." A few days later, Chief Obina invited Munachi into his private study. The room was filled with books, golden frames, and soft chairs. He sat across from her, smiling warmly. "My daughter," he began, "I have something important to tell you." Munachi looked up quietly. "Yes, sir?" He gently held her hand. "I was once an orphan, too. I lost my parents when I was very young. Life was hard for me until God lifted me. That is why your story touched my heart." Tears filled Munachi's eyes. "I saw myself in you," he continued. "You were rejected, yet you chose to be kind. You gave your last meal to a stranger. That was not luck, it was destiny." He stood up and opened a drawer, He brought out a brown envelope and handed it to her. "This is my legal will," he said. "Everything I own this house, my businesses, my lands, my cars, my wealth, it all now belongs to you." Munachi gasped and covered her mouth. "Me?" "Yes, my child," Chief said, smiling. "I've also spoken to my lawyers. Today, I officially adopted you. From now on, your name is Munachi Obina." Munachi broke into tears. "Nobody has ever loved me like this." Chief Obina hugged her tightly. "You are no longer alone. You now have a father, you now have a name, and you now have a future." And so, the poor orphan girl who once sold groundnuts on the street became the daughter of one of the richest and kindest men in Nigeria. She went to school, started helping other orphans, and built homes for the poor, just like Chief Obina once dreamed of doing. As for Mama Ebere, she remained in prison, thinking about her wickedness. And Munachi? She never forgot the day she gave her last money to a stranger. Because that simple act of kindness opened the door to a brand new life.
Thanks for watching. Please encourage us by subscribing, liking, and commenting, because Afro Gen Z is here to give you thrilling, heartwarming, and mind-blowing stories. Bye for now. See you in the next video.